You know, I just randomly woke up one day and I really felt the need to just start a single player world and just record it and have a wonderful time. So here we are. It's a single player world. It's not that special at the moment. But in order to make the first episode a little bit more interesting, I have actually started preparing already. So as you can see, I do actually already have some tools. I even have a diamond pickaxe. But honestly, I would figure that you guys have seen the start of Minecraft many times over and probably have played through it yourself, so I don't think it's going to be all that interesting to show off the first hours of me just tediously mining and just getting diamonds and really not doing a whole lot. This is kind of my starter base. It is going to be a very much starter base because I am planning on repurposing this in a little bit after I build my proper house. And then the actual main base is going to be up here. And yeah, it's just like my usual stuff. I'm not actually going to be making just one building and be living out of that for the entire time I'm playing on this world. I am going to build hopefully a lot of smaller scale buildings, but spread all over the place to create kind of a city or village almost. Now the theme I'm going with is something I haven't actually really done before, which I'm very excited for. Because I'm going to be trying out a cyberpunk-ish style. Now usually I built more medieval-ish, kinda, you know, that general direction. But I thought it would be fun to try out something maybe a little bit more modern, which is a little bit challenging to do actually, because Minecraft is very much focused on these medieval wooden stone-ish blocks. But I do kind of like to push my boundaries a little bit, just to kind of see what I can come up with, and I don't know, it's just kind of like a challenge like that. So first things off, I do actually need to do a little bit of progression on my whole thing, because I do think it's time to actually craft up my first enchanting table. Alright, here we go, enchanting table. It is 2 diamonds, 1 book, and 4 obsidian. That's alright, we can do that. There is actually a little bit of sugarcane growing down here, if I'm not mistaken. Here we go, I'm not actually mistaken. It's right here. And then we craft it into paper, which we can then use to make a book. Is it 1 letter per book? It is. Well, there we go. Enchanting table! Now also part of the reason why I thought starting a single player world might be a good idea is that I actually haven't really done it before. All of my survival experience— oh my god, that's a little bit close. All of my survival experience have actually always been on servers, pretty much, so I think just doing everything by myself, not having anyone else do anything for me, might be a good learning experience. So I need to choose a location for my enchanting table, and I don't want it to be in my starter base because I am definitely— oh. That was weird. I do still need to choose a location for my enchanting table, and I don't want it to be in my starter base because I am definitely not going to be living in there for very much longer. So I think that we make a little building on the side of this path, which is going to go up here, I think. So maybe here. Just going to put the enchanting table here first and then build a building around it, I guess. It doesn't really make that much sense. Usually I would build a building first and then decorate it, but I do need to get enchanting my stuff. Hang on, I can put the letter literally anywhere in the crafting recipe. Wait, can I put the paper— what? I can put the paper— I did not know this actually. So it's just like, I can just put the paper anywhere, it doesn't really matter. That's cool. So, here we have it. This is the little building I quickly put together to house our enchanter. And it is sort of going in a rough style that I want this whole project slash base to go in. You know, it's not very elaborate, it's just the first day, so I can't really go all out on big builds and all that. But, you know, for a small scale build, I think it actually does look pretty neat, and also, yes, I did kill some pillagers. Speaking about pillagers, their pillager tower is, I believe, actually, like, not that far from here. I think if I go up this mountain, which oh, there we go, there we can see it over there. So yeah, it's probably worth checking out that in the near future. Speaking of this mountain, it is actually incredibly gorgeous. I mean, look at this view that we get from here. It is— it is beautiful. So back here, it's mainly just ocean. I think I actually don't really know what is that way. I think it's, yeah, just more ocean. And so that way we have, I think it's a little bit of savanna. There we have dark oak. We have jungle there. And then I think while I was gathering some flowers for the dyes, I saw a spruce forest just kind of over that way. So we do have like all of the most important biomes like pretty close to us. It's actually really nice. And of course the cherry grove is right here. So that's kind of where I live and all that. You know, I'm also kind of considering turning that ruined nether portal into an actual portal. It is really nice how it's like actually kind of close to my base, but then again, I'm not sure if that is the most convenient place ever. It's kind of in the middle of the water. You know, I think I've made up my mind. For the time being, I'm just gonna be using that portal over there as my main nether portal. And I am going to probably have a second one somewhere in my base the moment I actually live more up the hill. It is kind of cool how it's just like a floating island. Am I ready to actually enter? Yes, I think I am actually. Let me just get rid of these, because I think that's a really good idea. And let's go through the portal and see where we end up. Oh my god, that's right. Okay. You know what? You know what? Not too bad, actually. Not too bad. Oh, wait. That's another ruined portal. Okay. Alright. That's not too bad. So we got basalt deltas here. We just got like the regular nether waste. Oh, and actually we've got some of the... I forgot the name of this biome. Is it the... Where do I see the... Oh, the Crimson Forest. That's right. No, I knew that. I'm just testing you guys. And if I'm not mistaken, that is the nether wastes. Which is nice, because I do actually need some soul sand for my lanterns and all that. Yeah, honestly, I am quite content with my nether spawn here. It's not that bad. Moving swiftly on from that, books. That's right, I got all of the books that I need to get the maximum level of enchantment. Only problem is that I am at level 22 and I need 30 levels, so I have been fishing to get my levels up. I actually got incredibly lucky because I had my just normal fishing rod, which was unenchanted, and I fished up a mending and lore 3 fishing rod, which I have no words for that. That was just amazing. That was like my 3rd time throwing that, and that was pretty good. So I mended up my fishing rod, and now I actually have the best fishing rod. I think that's the best one. Because it's called all of the enchantments I think you can have on a fishing rod. It's got mending, lure 3, legacy 3, and a breaking 3. I'm not entirely sure. I've actually not been fishing all that much in my history of playing Minecraft, but I have seen the light now, and I'm also addicted to fishing. It's just so calming with like the water sounds and just the excitement of, oh my god, another fishing rod? You're joking! That's so good! Alright, but I'm not gonna need it anymore because, you know, I've got the best fishing rod ever. Honestly, it might be worth making like a fishing dock or just anything that I can stand to fish without really being also worried about my surrounding. Did I just miss that saddle? I think I totally missed that saddle. That is... Oh, I couldn't pick it up. I do love having saddles though. That is actually really nice. Hang on. Oh, I still have all these ice in my inventory. Hang on. Don't I have a chest boat somewhere here? Oh, I do. There you go, a chest boat. But yeah, it might be worth to make like a fishing dock where I can fish undisturbed without having to worry about creepers sneaking up behind me and all of that. Because I'm definitely quite worried about that, because it would be awful if a creeper just went up and exploded behind me, because I do not have the armor to survive that. I would instantly die and just cry. What would a cyberpunk fishing dock look like? Those sound like 2 completely unrelated things that don't go well together at all. But I don't know, maybe we can make it work. Now, would you look at this? I have done a little bit more decorating in this area, and I think it has turned out pretty lovely. So first of all, I've got a path going up here to the enchanting area. It's definitely very nice, and it also breaks up the grass a lot because, you know, grass just doesn't really feel at home being as common here as in a cyberpunk city, you know? So I think it really makes sense to cut off the grass a little bit. Not that I dislike grass, I just think it doesn't quite fit as much here in this world than it does in other places. And I've also started a little base of what is going to be a small little tower. I've kind of marked off what I think is going to be the height with scaffolding. Now this allows me to just kind of really take a look at how tall this is going to be without really committing to the build just yet. Now this is honestly such a helpful technique because at this point you can really get a feeling of how the sidelights are going to work out before really building the whole thing and going like, oh, you know what, I don't really like it. So now we can get a feeling of how tall this thing's going to be and how it's going to probably like blend in with the other buildings. Now you got to use your imagination a little bit here, of course, because you know this is this is not what it's going to look like in the end. It's definitely going to be a lot wider, but you can, for example, see from down here, like, oh, how tall is this going to be? Is this going to be too overwhelming with the skyline? I don't think it will be, actually. I think considering that we're going to have some more stuff on top of the mountain, I think this is going to be just fine. And what I also really like, and this is kind of purely coincidental, I didn't really think this out ahead, but I think it's really cool. If you stand here, the tower is literally in between these two trees. I think it's kind of cool, honestly. I think it would be cooler if these trees would be like a little bit taller and this tower would kind of like stick out in between. But it is pretty cool. I've also decorated this area here. None of this is actually like functional. There's nothing in here. It's just a little separator to, you know, separate the mountain and the actual, you know, path where we're going to be walking. Not that we couldn't put anything in here. I think it would be nice if we could have every building have a function, but, you know, that being said, it's going to be very difficult to have every single building have a purpose. You know, at this point, I have updated to 1.21. I really don't know where all the time has gone. I mean, suddenly the update came out and here we are. Now, you might have noticed that I've already been using all of the new blocks just the entire time. That's because I was actually using a data pack that adds the new blocks into the old version of Minecraft. It's a bit complicated, maybe, I don't know. But essentially I was using a little preview of the new update, but this time we've actually updated to 1.21. And I'll be honest, maybe I'm not that excited about it. I don't really know what has been added now that I can make use of that I didn't have before. Because I did already have the blocks, so I guess it's nice to update to the newest version of Minecraft. And maybe we'll be able to find a trial chamber sometime. Ooh. Now, trial chambers actually have some pretty good loot compared to the ancient cities, which have kind of mediocre loot. So, I don't know, maybe it might be worth seeking one out. I am also a big fan of how this turned out. I think it looks super atmospheric. Just, yeah, I don't know. Maybe It is a little bit too messy right now. I don't know if it feels like I've just slapped too many blocks together here, but I think I might have balanced it just right. Now these bees right over here are going to be very useful for all the waxed copper blocks, because I am going to be using a lot of copper. And then in this building right now, I don't have much. I have the seed converter that converts seeds into bone meal. And then right through this door, we have this little unfinished section, I guess, which brings us up to this place. And then in here, we have my wheat field. My wheat field, it's not really a field, but it's a wheat farm. And then I probably want to put something on here. I've put the scaffolding in place here, so I can kind of see if I like the tower being there. Like, just imagine a tower being there, roughly that height. I've just put a scaffolding on up there so I can kind of get used to it. Maybe see if something there would make sense. I don't know if I explain it very well, but I'm just having that as a placeholder. And then when times come to it, I can decide if I want to take it down or if I actually want to put a tower there. And I think right now I'm leaning towards actually building a tower there, but that's a future project. Actually, speaking of future projects, I think right now is a good time to make a little to-do board. There we go. Might be a little scuffed, but it will do for now. So let's see, what kind of future projects we want over here. First of all, tower on top of wheat field. There we go. And then second, I would like an actual storage house. There we go. Because I'm definitely very short on storage in my actual base right now, which is temporary. I don't intend on living there forever. Which might also be a new thing for the to-do board. New base. No, I don't think that really fits, because I don't want to make a new base. I just want a new living place. New living house. And then ideally I would like to get some kind of XP farm. And very importantly, mending. Because all my tools are breaking right now and I would prefer not to lose them. You know what? I think for now these will do. And when I come up with new things to do, I will put them on this list. But that is gonna have to be something for the future episode, because I just really have to get this episode out. It's been too long since I've started working on this. So with that being said, I hope to see you back very soon. Bye bye!